podcasters, we're here. The ladies of Rewatching Wine, bringing it to you one more time. I'm Rhea.
Champagne.
Treva.
And Lynn.
And today we will be discussing our book to movie review of book 4.
Yes.
Of the Dragon Tattoo series. Yeah, Girl in the Spider's Web.
Yes.
I'm ready for this one.
The conclusion of the Millennium series.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. Before we get started, written by, even though we've had 3 others, we can go ahead and say it again.
No, it is a different author.
This one actually is David Lagersternberger.
Yeah. Good job.
I think you said it. You said it in the last one. You had it perfect.
I did.
Did she have it perfect?
No, I did not.
You had it perfect.
I don't know where my note is. I lost my note.
Listen, we know who you're talking about.
Yes. And if they're a little confused, they can look it up.
I would say anybody who read the book knows who you're talking about. Right. Okay?
All right.
And then today we are drinking orange
Muscat.
Lynn, you want to handle that or?
Orange Muscat from, it's Muscat. She had it right.
Okay.
We're all drinking the same thing today.
Thank you.
From Cooper's Hawk. Thanks, Treva, for that special wine delivery.
I
loved it.
I'm going to go ahead and pour my glass just because we're starting.
Yeah, because I got mine already.
You think a human being deliver something to your door was pleasant in the quarantine?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad I could brighten your day. And Dennis was in the car with me. I know he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Listen, one thing I know for sure is that everybody loves this wine, so they're all getting a bottle of it." Especially when you walk in there and they tell you, "Oh, you got 4 free bottles waiting." Oh, really?
Chinka, one.
All right, y'all ready to jump into this? Because
yes.
I mean, Rhea, fix your face. So I absolutely love the story, the book. I love the storyline. I love the continuation of Lisbeth and all of her challenges and things that she's faced with in her life. And that's all I have to say right now.
I love the book. I love it.
The book was, I for what it's worth, I love the continuation. I'm not a big fan of this particular book as I was the other 3. I definitely can tell some of the writing style was different for me, I think.
Okay.
But it wasn't Buffalo horrible or anything like that. So it was a good book.
That's great because, I actually didn't see a lot of difference in the writing style. I thought that guy did a great job. So that's an interesting observation. I'm curious. Did everybody else notice?
Did you notice descriptions different? Like how scenes were set?
Mm-hmm. And he reiterated a lot of things that was already in the book. And I'm just like, okay, you're dragging the book out. We already know this.
The one thing I did like that he clarified was the relationship between Mikael and Erica. Because he said something about it, or in the other ones. But in this one, he was like, kind of gave perspective of Erica's actual husband. Mm-hmm. Like, how he knew the setup and he knew that she was always going to love him. So it was easier to kind of settle on knowing that she was always going to stay with Mikael. So
right.
That was nice, but he was redundant about everything that was in the last 3.
Yeah. Beat that book up a little bit.
Yes, he did.
Okay, so moving to the movie.
Can I start?
I guess, okay, Lynn, but I just want to let all of the audience know, because I don't know if we said this, but this adaptation.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Adaptation that spawned this podcast idea. So I wanted all our followers to know that this, in particular, was the birth of Read, Watch, Wine.
Right.
Yes, it was.
Rhea, why don't you tell us how you feel?
Well, I would say I just was not pleased with this book to movie adaptation. I really wasn't. It just and for me, I think it's because I really do love this series. That it just like threw me. I was like, what happened? When? Where? How? No. Not only that, this beautiful, beautiful woman.
The sister.
You know, Champagne is very good
Black
at
eyebrows.
pointing out. What were they eyebrows?
The blonde eyebrows.
They were like overly blonde. I was like, wait, what?
Champagne's really, really good at pointing out each of the little things that was wrong. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw it. Wait a minute, hold on, Champagne. Oh, I'm tossing it. You catch it. Because I can't even get into it. It just like chokes me. Like I can't breathe on how different. Because I love this. Could not wait for this movie. And then it was like, what the? So go ahead. No words, right?
Yeah, it's that
Horrible.
I mean, because I'm on the spot now, it's just all my words jumbled up together because I had so much negativity.
Okay, so I'll throw you a bone. What did you think about the little boy's autism and the drawing?
I'm sorry, what autism are you talking about?
Didn't exist in the movie.
Not at all.
The whole drawing of the pictures, which was the suspense in the book.
Yeah,
And
he like letters.
And
then he spoke.
And the nonverbal? Where
Right.
There's a scene in the movie. Do you guys remember when the little boy was like, "I'd like to go to my mother, please"? And I'm like, first of all, why are you talking? Because
Exactly.
check, you weren't supposed to be talking. And if you're gonna talk, can you do a good job at it?
Right. I kept stopping the movie just to see how much longer I had to watch it. I was like, oh my God, I got 40 more minutes. Oh my God, I'm not going to make it. I feel like if it wasn't a book associated with this movie and it was just a random movie, I probably would have liked it.
Yeah.
Because it didn't have, it was just a movie.
reference.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, like when the movie started off with Lisbeth and Camila like sitting down playing checkers or chess, and this like giant mansion in like Russia or Ukraine or something, and I'm like, wait, I thought they lived in Sweden and they were poor with their mom, and the dad would come visit and randomly beat and rape the mom, but now they're like in a different country in a mansion, and Elizabeth is like jumping off a cliff. Like, where is all this coming from?
Protecting her sister from, like, it looks like some molestation or something. I don't even know.
I wrote down in the biggest words possible in my notes, this started off wrong.
Literally, the first scene, you messed it up.
Vigilante hanging the guy from the ceiling. Like, when did she become the Batman? Like,
Right.
With like the white makeup and like standing there. I mean, it was kind of dope with the angel wings, but like it wasn't anything referenced to the book.
It's almost
Like
like
you
they
said.
tried to make her this cartoon character. Like, I mean, she was
a
like
Marvel
real.
comic.
She was real before now, and now it's just like, oh come on, now let me take another drink.
I feel like they tried to make it like a comic book, like a superhero Marvel DC comic thing, because it just.
But why?
But then, you know what? That would be great, but let's turn it into that. Let's create another whole series that is like the comic book version of this. Because this shit was this.
A side note from that is these books as a whole showed the Swedish police in such a horrible light.
Like the dumb of the dumb.
Seppo.
I never want to go. Like they're horrible at their job. They can't figure out anything. So I was like, oh yeah, this Swedish police people. Yeah.
You'd be offended. You'd be like
Yeah.
straight offended because it was a jacked up mess.
It was. It really
I
was.
would be too.
Well, in the early scenes when she was speaking with this new girlfriend, Sophie, and she's confiding in her about her childhood. I was like, first of all, anybody that knows Lisbeth knows that she ain't talking about nothing when it comes to her past and her childhood. But here she is telling this girlfriend that appeared, because was never in any of the books, hey, you know, in my childhood, my sister this, my sister that. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm done. You changed her personality.
I get it. I get him doing that, I guess, because that's the only way he could get it to this to any piece of for folks watching the movie to understand what the heck was going on. But for us book readers, like, what? If I say WTF one more time, I swear to God, I'm just like, what?
Exactly.
I really wish I had the recording of like Rhea's conversation about the this movie the first time we had talked about it, because there was like Rhea wasn't even completing sentences. Right? It was like, this movie. Do you know that part where I can't believe? I was like, whoa. So,
garbage.
I'm so glad that this passion of the hatreds that Rhea still has is still thriving.
It's just as strong as day one. So I wrote that this is I'm so disgusted. They ruined it for me. They should have left it, book 3. They should have left it alone.
Another one.
After it took us so long to get her on board with this book. And then she was like, oh, all right, I like it. And then it's like, book 4, crash. The building falls. I'm done.
Well, you know, actually, there's 2 more that Dave Lusher wrote.
Yeah, I could care less.
They're not movies, but I am never going to read them. Never.
Well, to be honest, if he wrote the book,
right,
he may stick true to what he's already destroyed, so then it might be okay. It's just, and we have no point of reference anyway. So, you know what I mean? That might be, I don't know. One more.
But if he wrote the book and let this movie come out this way in no way, shape, or form in reference to his own book, then I have no hopes.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
Why didn't you like give some kind of guidance? I mean, you took over another series by another author, so you had to do it like diligence, and then you didn't. For one, it's just like kind of mediocre, and then you let a movie come out about it, and that's still just like just digging into the grave even deeper. Like, I don't understand what you were doing. But the book names I have them written down are The Girl Who Takes an Eye for an Eye, and then The Girl Who Lived Twice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but I feel like
so somebody kills her and she comes back.
He the author acts as if he's never seen last 3 books, like, and how spot on they were in comparison to the book. Why wouldn't you follow? He laid out the trail for you. Why stretch?
He wrote the blueprint for you. What is
I'm so confused.
Why'd you have to try to take the shortcut, man? Just follow the path. Did you learn anything from Little Red Riding Hood? Follow the path, man.
I'm so upset, y'all. I'm very.
I knew you were gonna be, and I was waiting to hear your list because I know you got a list in front of you. Do you want to share anything off of your list?
What was up with the guy with no nose?
What?
Yeah, when he removed his face and then removed like the hardware, I was like, well, first of all, that's pretty cool. But second of all, what? Why are you? What? Who are you
here?
Like, and why are you here?
And you didn't even make it even somewhat real, because if you, either way, whether you had the prosthetic on or not, you would still sound the same because it's unnatural. So when you take it off and you got a lisp, and then you put it back on and the lisp is gone, I'm gonna need you to.
I had no upper jaw, but all of a sudden you just sound perfectly. Like you're missing a whole like palate.
Exactly. I hated
what
this.
What does that have to do with anything? Like, why was that scene needed?
Right. I don't understand.
Look, I'm looking at my notes and I wrote, what about the stupid scene with the man who took off his face?
I said the guy with no nose? Question mark. What's going on? And what happened to Mikael's and Lisbeth? All of a sudden, they just start texting and calling each other. It was no secret email encryption. Like, what is happening?
Nobody's looking for them. No, but they weren't running from anybody, remember?
I'm so confused.
And like, her to ask for help is a big deal. And she was kind of like, all right, I need a favor. Like, she would have never been so nonchalant about it. She would have tried everything and then been like, look, I don't like to ask for help, but I need your help.
And I don't even think she would have it had just been like, you know, he can figure out something's wrong, and what do you need?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it would.
Exactly.
You're right,
whole
she
elevator.
Never asked for help, ever.
Yeah. I need your help elevator scene. I was like, she would have never done that.
Never.
No.
And I thought that no one but Elizabeth and her father knew that the
Lisbeth.
giant lawn was
Lisbeth.
Right.
nobody
No,
knew.
Mikael knew that.
How did he find out? Because Palmgrim didn't know. Or he must have looked through the files. No,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody knew.
Mikael
Because
found
he
out
didn't
somehow
know to
in the
tell.
last book. I thought
Yeah,
somehow
last book.
Mikael knew. When he was writing the whole story about her, and I feel like he found out that was her brother somehow.
Yeah.
Okay.
For some reason, that's sitting back in my mind. But nobody
Yeah,
else.
I do remember that.
Hmm.
I said that I do remember like it happening somewhere in the last story, but it was kind of like grazed upon. But then I thought they were identical twins in the book, but they were fraternal twins, which is fine. But they looked nothing alike. They
I was
resembled.
gonna say, really?
The sister? You talking about her and her sister?
Yeah, in the movie they made it seem like they were just like sisters, and they kind of like grew apart as they got older.
Yeah,
but like in the book, they gave, for one, they were twins,
Mhm.
fraternal or not, they were twins. And then for two, Camilla made Lisbeth's life like hell in school
Yes.
because she was all manipulative and
Yes.
like, got everybody on her
But they
side.
liked
But it
each
just
other.
seemed
That's why
like
she didn't like her.
this one she's had this like power trip because I'm
Yes.
blonde or something like
Right.
that. And I was like, you just in the
She
movie
was
you just kind
also
of brushed
supposed to
over it.
She was supposed to be so freaking beautiful that she walked past you and you fell out your chair. Exactly.
Every
Right.
man
And
felt
she-
Every man wanted her, and she was the freaking Grim Reaper.
Yeah. I mean, with
When
no
she was in
eyebrows.
the background, I jumped like, ooh,
exactly.
what are you? Oh, you're alive.
And I was thinking, well, maybe because she was so wealthy, she had like all of this plastic surgery, because we have seen, a lot of celebrities that go overboard on the plastic surgery. So, I was trying to get through that, but and maybe in Sweden that's pretty. Maybe that's the problem. We
That's
don't
not
get
pretty
what
anywhere.
we
Nowhere.
This
Nowhere.
book isn't that old to be like not in like the slayed eyebrows. Like, come on,
No.
90s little lines, I can get that, but like we had some eyebrows in the 2000s, 2010. Like, come on, not none, some.
And then whoever was, and I'm not a makeup person, as everyone can see. I'm like, did they put like too much paste on her, or whatever you use to cover? What is it called?
When I say paste,
Foundation.
paper mache.
It's foundation.
Paper mache.
You're right. That's what it looked like, paper mache. Okay, thank you, Champagne. Foundation, because I'm just like, it almost was like you could climb the mountains. And I'm like, what happened? She did not look like a real person to me.
She didn't. She did not. So, another thing. Where was the kidnapping scene with the autistic boy?
Oh,
In-
when he got from the house? When they stole him from the house, Jimmy?
Gave him from the
No, in the car,
in the car. They were
Oh, in
shooting.
the car.
Oh, with the
or lack
driver
thereof.
Exactly.
and the doctor and the little boy going into the clinic, and and his stepdad beating him up.
It was
Yeah.
all of that was so significant to
So significant.
this little boy's psyche, and I don't understand. And even how they got how much it took to get to the information, and then all that's gone.
All of it's gone.
And
And-
they made that connection with August. Like, she picked it up, but for two, she like knew how he was, so she used her smartness to actually like connect with him. This one was kind of like, oh yeah, I got this boy in my closet and I'm trying to keep him safe.
Yeah.
Right. And then she was just like, I don't know, what is it? Birds run through the park. You know the answer to these questions, or something like that. She was saying.
So random.
I know. And I'm like, well, wait, I thought he was supposed to figure out some numbers, calculations, something.
You go from the tile to the tile to the numbers to the, like, where is all of that? Like, that was the suspense of it. Oh my gosh, she's getting there. He's getting there. He's getting there. He's getting there.
Savant. I couldn't get the name till just now. I'm sorry.
Savant, yes.
I was like, Savant. Sorry. I
And
wrote
he-
it down, but I can't find my notes.
He was supposed to be drawing the criminal.
Yeah, he drew the criminal on the on the floor. Remember, because he did the squares of the ground of the flooring of the room. It started out with him drawing like almost like the squares on the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was into the person. And then it was all of these steps that he was kind of like coming out of whatever was in his head
In the
trying
movie?
to find a way to write it down. No, in the book.
Oh, in the book. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was,
And I'm like, all of that, just like, what happened?
Which was the suspense for me in the book.
Yes.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't wait till they see this picture. He's gonna draw it. I wanted
Uh-huh.
to see the picture of the light that traffic light that was kind of the foreshadow in the beginning of the book.
Yeah.
Like, just they blew it. I hated everything about it.
I hated every single moment. It's a waste of life.
And it's sad because, again, if you're somebody who didn't read the book, you probably loved the movie. Thought it was a great movie.
Yeah. I would have loved the movie.
Yeah.
Even the Game of Thrones dragon in the beginning of it.
Right? You know? These opening credits. I don't understand. And then he would have put based on the book. It wasn't based on anything besides somebody's imagination. Don't lie to us.
And I guess he was a scientist or AI guy, the Balder. He went to Elizabeth for help, and he stuck with her. Like, but in the movie they showed him going to the police saying, "Oh, I shouldn't have trusted her." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
And then she was sneaking in his classroom, right, and correcting his.
Yep, in the book. Yep.
All right, you guys. Can we go to casting?
We can. We can.
Now, I'm not happy with any of the casting. The only thing I would say is that at least Mikael looked semi-attractive, so you could see why some people would find him attractive in this version. But I don't know if I just got used to the other Mikael that now I don't like this one, and I don't like Erica, and I just don't like anybody.
I don't like anybody either. And then it just, starting off with like the little girls, I was like, okay, I can kind of get it. Like they were cute or whatever, they're kids. And then as they started showing the adults, it was like one by one, it started getting worse. I'm like, did y'all like read to describe these people?
No.
Or did you watch the other 3 movies to be able to describe these people? You just chose random people and was like, oh, well, you play this role and you play this role.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I do like about the casting is that they did add some diversity, which I was shocked by because we haven't seen that. But other than that, I hate it. Even though they had diversity, he wasn't a good person for the role either. So
exactly.
They just dropped
his whole role,
right?
Down and all of this. It was just dumb.
Run through airports and whatnot, like.
Oh, the airport scene. Like, why?
That's all post like 9/11. The whole country is like, or whole world is on high alert. You are not going to be able to be like lollygagging and frolicking around like, oh, I'm going to leave my bag here and then I'm going to sit in this detention center and then the doors going to magically just open and I'm going to go through this hallway. No way.
In the bag of it.
Take off our shoes and you steal my chapstick? No, it's not going to happen.
With the suitcase of dildos in the middle of the airport?
That's just kind of
sitting. Just sitting.
A whole suitcase of dildos.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Well, I'm pretty sure what the outcome is going to be. Oh, wait. Let me just say this other thing, though. Do you guys remember the scene where it was after the guy had, I think, stuck the needle in her neck? Or I can't even remember. But she's just, like, laying in this bathtub. And then all of a sudden, like, and I'm like, what was that? I'm like, why is she in that bathtub? And it's like she's asleep, but she's not asleep. And then she kind of wakes up choking. It was so dumb. It was the dumbest scene ever. I was like, this
really was
horrible.
I mean, honestly, the whole inside the spacesuit or whatever was dumb.
Oh, the black suit thing.
I mean, I was like, what?
It was so random that it was almost entertaining at that particular scene, you know, because you never seen anything like that. It was like, oh, what is that? And then you think about it, like, but why?
Why was it necessary? It wasn't. He just maybe had like a fetish or something, or the director did. It was like, oh, we're gonna shove this scene in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool, but again, maybe cool in a movie that has some significance, but not in this one. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh.
Are y'all ready to rate?
Yes.
Yeah, damn right.
Okay.
We can probably all do it simultaneously.
Right. Although I got a full glass that I'm drinking because this wine is good, this movie gets a sip.
Yeah. If I could get it an empty glass, I would.
Mm-hmm.
Sip.
Hold on, I'll give you
one. That, but we're gonna give like a minimal sip. There we go.
Right.
Hold on, I'm just getting there. Hold on.
A swig.
Chug.
That might still be too much.
That's too much.
That's too much.
Way too much.
That's too much, Raya.
That's too
And if
generous.
I keep going, I'm gonna burp, and then everybody will be like, "Really, Raya? Did you have to do this on here?"
Okay, well, I mean, I don't think anybody would be surprised. Lynn, that's too much.
Too much.
There it is.
Yeah.
A little bit of liquid. Yep.
And that, honestly, for me, that, as we said before, it's about the book to movie adaptation. I think by itself, it probably would have been a great movie.
With a different title.
Different title. For somebody who didn't see the others and didn't read the book and had, just kind of went in on it, just like, oh, this was a great title for a movie. Maybe it would have been good.
They should have named it like Elizabeth Salander, and she was a fairy tale like Marvel movie. Then I'd have been like, all right, it derived from the beginning, and then now it's this, but y'all just butchered Lisbeth's name.
Right.
I ain't doing
Of
that.
it inspired by.
I don't even think
Or-
inspired by
Or I watched the movies a couple times, and that's it.
Right.
That's as much credit as you get.
I just like this name from reading those books, so I'm gonna use this name.
Right?
A new twist on Lisbeth in the spider's web.
Something to make it so that we did not expect it to be like that book.
Right.
This was by far the worst adaptation I think that we've reviewed this session. The worst.
I mean, I agree, but I'm very thankful to the crappy job that they did because the podcast would never exist.
You're
Well,
right.
it might have, but
Maybe,
it
I
started
don't
when
know.
it did. It started when it did because of their lack of capability.
Right.
Wanted to set it off after this movie.
The whole conversation in Vegas was so lit. Ray was so mad.
All right. Well, that concludes this rating. Thank you all for tuning
Wait a
in.
minute,
Check us
and
out on
let's say
YouTube.
thank you to this wine, because I'm gonna tell you, this is a really, really good wine.
Yeah.
Can I get a
So out of control. So out of control.
Sound.
Check us out on YouTube. Hey, click likes below, thumbs up, and everything else.
L-I-K-E? Oh, love it? Oh, I can never do that. It really bothers me. It's so annoying. I'm like, why does everybody...
Rhea, you're reminding me of when we were in sign language class.
L-I-K-E.
I'm saying our classmate. That's who
Yeah.
you reminded me of when you're doing this.
This is like
Like us.
Lord,